Good evening, everybody. It is time for more Death in Space. It's Thursday. I know it's been a little while since we played, but we are back, continuing on. We had some technical difficulties, though. You can see in the upper right-hand corner, Ducky, his internet is out, so he's going to be on Discord. He's in the chat, so maybe we'll do some weird thing where he tells us what he wants to do periodically. I don't know. We'll have to just roll with the punches. But tonight, I'm joined by Jess is Ingrid, Ryan is Austin, Ducky in the chat as Novus. We'll see how that goes. And last but not least, L2 as Vide? I don't know. We should probably talk about Vide with a brief recap. But before we get there, let's thank some people. So the creators, as always, for being extremely generous in the support of an open door, let's say. And the community is also amazing. Speaking of which, McGlintlock, who created the system here, as well as he's got a cool random table generator for dark OSR stuff or any RPG and even Death in Space. So go throw him a buck at glumdark.com. It's a really cool resource. So, and it's continually expanding. And Helium Kid Cannon and Solar Fields for the amazing soundtrack. As you guys know, music is a massive part of gaming for me. So makes it that much easier when there's a soundtrack for the game we're playing. So thanks for that. And I guess that's all the thank yous. I don't think we have anything else. Do we want to announce anything coming up before we kick off the recap? Anything from you, Ryan? Other than
same stuff. We got 2 episodes this weekend for the Weekly Scroll on Saturday. Jason and I,
I'll be back.
We'll be going over Babes in the Wood from Adam Bass from World Champ Games, which was nominated for an Annie this year for Best Family Game. So we're gonna have fun digging through that. And that's Saturday morning, and Sunday afternoon we're gonna be having an interview with Kevin Orhakman Dautry, who does Forbidden Psalm, going over their new Kickstarter right now called Kill Sample Process. It is the Forbidden Psalm expansion for Cyborg. So 2 episodes this weekend, and I'm still working on what I'm gonna start up soon. So that's all I got.
Yeah. We won't spoil it yet, but it's going to be cool, guys. So stay tuned for some more actual plays. Let's just leave it at that. All right, so does anybody have anything else, any questions, any comments before we begin tonight? Nothing? Okay. So just a brief recap from last session. We ran Welcome to the Ring, which is the introductory adventure in the core rulebook. And this crew here, I couldn't find my damn shirt. I'm wearing a Merkborg shirt, so it's kind of close. It's Stockholm Cartel still, so it's all right.
Real quick side note, I really want a Stockholm Cartel and a freeleague shirt with just the logo from both on them. I've seen freeleague people wearing freeleague shirts, and you can't find it anywhere. So freeleague.
Yeah, if you go to freeleagueshirts.com, freeleagueshirts.com, you can get a freeleague logo shirt. They have Simbaroom there, Forbidden Lands. They got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's actually put out by, I think, Doug from Victory Condition Gaming. He runs it. But yeah, so there you go. Look at it.
All right.
We're solving problems live, everybody. Solving problems live.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Because the other one I've always seen is a Redbubble store. All right, well, I'm there you go. Okay, I'm buying one. All right.
There's a few different options too, right? There's like logo only. Shirt. There's like anyway.
There's all sorts of stuff.
Anyway, yeah, go check out freeleague. Go support their stuff. They're an awesome company, clearly. So anyway, recap. This crew got together, heading to the Iron Ring, specifically to ARM 80, to get a spacecraft that they purchased. The catch was, didn't have any fuel, needed repairs, and it cost 500 hollows for the docking fee, which they didn't have. So they went on to RM80 to try to figure out how to solve these problems. They solved 2 of them. Well, they got away with a ship, so I guess they solved all 3 of them. But it ended in, after like a power struggle between 2 factions, it ended in a firefight, which unfortunately led to the death of Vide. So that is where we are going to begin, everybody. All of you have Made your way onto the ship. There's dead bodies, fresh blood. You guys are catching your breath as this spacecraft shuttles away from the Iron Ring. And I don't know what happened to Vide. I think Austin was dragging him to the med bay, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think we were, because everyone else was in the front doing smart people stuff. And although I do have an AI inside, I guess it's not as good as good as Grid and some of these other pilots up there. So I was dragging Vide's body into the med bay.
Okay. So we'll start there. So are you just going to take him into there? I can move him for you. It's over here.
You got the Foundry's on pause though too.
Oh, sorry. It's on pause now. I'll walk my GM. Okay, so while you're doing that, we have everybody else is on the bridge. So we got Ingrid, Hina's up there, who is the woman who you agreed to take in exchange for fuel. And then Novus is just hanging out, I guess, unless he's doing something else, Ducky, let us know. Gazing out into the depths of space. So what is Ingrid up to?
I'm just driving.
You're just driving? Well, get in that pilot seat, man.
Oh, okay. I can't.
Kind of close.
Yeah, that's close enough, right?
I mean, don't you want to be like right there?
Oh, I didn't know that was the pilot seat.
I mean, it's front and center. Come on.
Our pilot doesn't know where the seat is. We're screwed, everybody.
Oh, man. We're screwed.
I thought it was like the center console. Is that not how...
I just made a big chair, okay? I just made the biggest chair. I thought maybe that was going to be. Okay, so Austin, you pull him into the med bay.
Yeah.
He's bleeding out, oozing life force. He's not moving. I guess you flop him up onto this bed. In here is just kind of like, it's just disgusting. So there's trash everywhere. It's cold. It hasn't been used in some time. Most of the equipment in here doesn't really work. There's a bed. There's kind of some kind of table in the center. But other than that, there's some shelving to the north and south, but that's about it. This thing has been pretty much wiped clean. There's some crushed cans and some from the punks who were holed up in here for a while, and some spray paint on the walls, but this is not a very well outfitted medical facility, let's say that.
Damn commas in here. I was ruining everything. Well, fuck. Like you met, you're in there, buddy. And then we talked about this previously about potentially trying to upload him into something.
Exactly. So let us know. Yeah, feel free to play that out however you want to. So Ingrid's still on the bridge piloting. Novus is up there. Go ahead.
Kind of decide what I can upload him to. Because we already discussed that we have like cables and ports because we did our communication through things like that. Is there anything in this room? Is there like I mean, it's space.
So this is technically, like a life support area. This is where all of the life support functionalities housed.
So there's monitors or modules or some way to like load into the
you could like
ship system.
Hack into the system for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well then wherever I'm gonna say, let's just say that I assume there's probably a monitor over here on this end, probably looking over the med bay area. Then that's what I want to do. I want to like that clicks into my mind where I'm like, well, gosh, I just started to like him a little bit. Maybe I'll at least try to save some part of him, and I'll try to plug in, and I can just talk to the ship as far as I remember, because I do have since I am a chrome, I am a squishy flesh body with an AI inside, and we have decided that we have access ports and I have the native machine benefit. I can converse with computers as if they were real people. Plug in and find a friend. So I'm gonna plug in.
Okay.
To the ship, and just see what's going on.
So you plug in and you find a lot of digital cobwebs. So the interior and the circuitry and just the AI in general of this ship is exactly as it appears. So there is a presence there. It's hasn't been turned on in some time. Again, it's like
I can
it's
turn
like
it on.
Static. I didn't know we were playing that game, but okay. Yeah, so essentially, yeah, you have communication with it, but it's like I said, it's full of static. And I believe there's a trait on your ship that is let me look it up here. Yeah, some kind of signal is emitted by the communication system and over the speakers with a certain periodicity. So when you're in there, there's just this kind of vocalization of static almost. And then it goes away and it drifts and it kind of ebbs and flows. It's not really something you can grasp onto. It feels very distant. But you are inside this machine. You have jacked in, so to speak.
Well, I am just in here.
You're in here.
Trying to turn it on. Jacked in.
All up in there.
And just so far, just plugged
So
in.
deep?
And I would... So deep. I mean, is there another way?
Is there another way? I don't know, guys. And Ducky, if you want to let us know you're doing anything, just chat me in Discord or the Thursday players. Yeah. If you want to, otherwise we'll play. We'll just let it go. So you're doing that. You're exploring the cobwebbed mind, the psyche of this ship. And like I said, it seems like a wasteland. There is some kind of operational function to it, but it's well,
then I'm just gonna spend the next I'm gonna spend the next amount of time just trying and dig around, trying to wake this thing up, trying to knock off those cobwebs, trying to dig around to find whatever dormant systems it's got going. Maybe like, I don't know, we got the ship up and running, but maybe it's oh god, why am I blanking on? Maybe it's like BIOS needs to like get reset or something. So
need to flash your BIOS.
I need to flash the BIOS while I'm jacked in and turning it on. So that's what I'm gonna either do or attempt to do while other people are doing something, or if I need to do any type of anything for that.
No, you don't have to do any kind of role. There's no urgency. There's no real,
Okay.
There's no stakes other than you just kind of taking your time and figuring out what's going on. So, as you were piloting, Jess, Ingrid.
Yes.
There's some kind of flicker on the console. And you inspect closer and you see sort of a readout of the lay of the land of the ship, sort of a schematic view. And you kind of notice it flick on and then it fizzles away. And you kind of look back up to the view outside of space and you see it in the corner of your eye. And then it goes away again. So you don't know if it's just your nerves. You don't know if there's a malfunction of some kind. But it just seems odd to you, having a background as a pilot. Seeing these communication systems act this way seems a little odd. But as this is happening, Austin, while you're jacked into this thing, you hear something. You're jostled away from sort of this this mechanical, this computer connection. You hear something in the physical world. And so you pull yourself away, at least half your brain, whatever you want to do, to sort of pay attention to your surroundings.
I pull out.
You pull out. Okay, you completely pull out. All right. And you hear that sound again. It's like a rustling sound, and it's coming to the south. You don't know if it's just turbulence. You don't know what it may be. If like you didn't feel the ship jarring or anything, But it sounds like maybe some things were sliding around, maybe some cargo. Who knows?
Fuck. Might be another one of them. Let me chat, and well, never mind. There's no one here anyway. Vide, you stay put there, buddy. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna pull out my raid rifle.
Okay.
Get ready to start blasting.
You got your raid rifle, and you're feeling the pain. You got shut up pretty good in that escape, and so you're a little jittery, a little trigger happy maybe, but okay, you pull the rifle out, and you kind of stand there in this corridor in the central walkway, among the dead bodies of these UWA thugs. Sounds like a WWE thing.
I was gonna say, yeah.
They're like Vince McMahon's thugs that you guys took out.
Yeah.
You hear that sound again. And it appears as if it's coming from like this area down here.
Missed that. Where's it coming from again?
Somewhere in this vicinity. That's where you detect the sound.
Well, I give this guy a little kick as I walk by.
Okay.
So, but I'm cautiously. I'm gonna move strategically, like
Okay.
wall to wall.
Yeah,
sliding along.
Yeah, you approach this area. You guys did not go in here whatsoever when you entered the ship, but you do remember the first time you boarded this thing before Pascal, the guy who you owed the money to, told you about it. That's the mess hall. And there's 2 doors that are leading to it.
So both of these doors are mess hall doors here.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get to the door here. Are the doors ajar at all, or are they completely closed?
They're completely closed.
All right. I'm going to make myself small against the wall here, and I'm going to just. Is it like a door, or is it like a door, or is it like a door, or like what?
You mean, is it a swing open door, or is it like a
Yeah, am I able to like open it a crack, or is it like, I mean, it's a spaceship, so I assume it's something like
sure, it's it's like everything in here doesn't work that great. It's functional, but let's say it slides into the wall. Let's keep it simple.
All right, well, that's worse for me, so I'm just gonna
you can't peek a crack.
I
for
can't
it.
just like peek in.
Yeah.
Next time I'm just gonna say with the doors, like, and just keep talking. We'll go. Yeah.
Hey, this is a collaborative universe versus your guys' ship, so you guys can call it within reason. You guys can call some stuff for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a spaceship. It's got to go.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna prepare myself. I've staunched my wounds with the bits and pieces I can. I'm still hurting, but fuck it. And I bang whatever, I assume some type of like button or digital pad or device like opens the door after a deep breath, and just hit that rifle down, step in, and
okay, well, why don't you open the door? You can click on it and it'll open.
And then I just
so you just come in with your gun aimed, trained.
Well, I have 2 other guns.
2 other guns, yeah. You see a table, you see some chairs surrounding the table, you see some crates. Again, as filthy as ever, but what catches your eye most is an individual standing on the other side of the table across the room, holding up his hands.
Hold on. I don't mean no trouble. I just got stuck here during all the shooting.
Why don't you describe what he sees, Christian?
So, the hands you see, the first bit of skin that you actually see of this person. That they have this sort of arming cap, almost like something an engineer or some sort of like tradesperson would be wearing, but it's more of a hooded one, almost like it's meant to reflect some sort of radiation material. It's very padded, and it hoods over his face for the most part. But his hands, his bare hands, seem to be constantly in a state of almost flickering white raindrops behind a void blackness that is the outline of what used to be human hands. And every once in a while, one of those raindrops masks in the color and texture of what that hand would probably look like otherwise. Now, as his face tilts up so that the hooding, doesn't mask his face as much, you notice his face is in the same vein. And even the hint of a silhouette of possibly a beard that should be there also flickers in with this white rain on void. He wears a very nice dark navy blue coat. It definitely doesn't look like something, that someone would wear the hat that he's wearing. And he's got a big utility belt on. He definitely looks like he was here as a repairman, and he's more lithe and seems to have like a wiry strength sort of build. And he's got a bit of a natural hunch to it, to him. The jacket's beautiful. It's got like this like silver metal epaulettes on them, and it's got these mahogany knee-high leather boots. But it's a weird mix of someone who has or had money and also someone who is very tradesy. But what on earth is up with himself? He is velocity cursed.
So do you just have like matrix code basically like
Kind
running
of,
all over?
But not code. It looks like rain on glass, except that there is 3-dimensional. It's as if I'm wearing like imagine like my skin is transparent, whatever's inside of it's pure black, and then white rain seems to be dripping down that glassy, 3-dimensional mold of what my face should look like, and my hands should look like. So yeah, it's very obscure and abstract. And every once in a while, there's a drip of that rain that looks the way I should look beneath it. Every once in a blue moon, you just catch a little streak of color, a little streak of detail, maybe even my eye blinking through the drop. And then it's gone into another white streak of rain.
Man, I wonder if we could make like a snap filter of that, and you could wear like a
That'd be pretty
hood.
cool.
That'd be
I'd love
awesome.
that.
That would
I'll have
be
to
cool.
look into that. I'll have to look into see if we can do the animation on like a black face.
Cool.
Be cool. Yeah.
Also, for the chat, I completely random roll these characters and then write around them, and I'm loving it. So
it's great, like just prompting you, right?
Yeah.
And it guides you.
I love that. Yeah. So
There's
I'm
some
up,
running code.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. So yeah, I have my hands up, and I am just completely numb.
Okay, so Austin, that's what you see. You see this man with just his face ever moving, holding his hands up.
I don't want any trouble. You see that there? And he looks down at his belt. I came here to repair.
Well, you did a shit fucking job, I'll tell you what.
Hey, it wasn't just me. The rest of them are dead.
And how do you know that?
Well, I heard a lot of shooting, and I don't hear a lot of screaming anymore.
You keep them hands up or you're gonna be screaming yourself there, buddy.
Absolutely. You tell me where to go. Except the airlock.
Oh.
Please, not the airlock.
Don't give me any ideas, all right? Why don't you sit the fuck down?
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna check out the rest of this. I'm gonna keep my eyes on him and then like check out the rest of everything. Like look kind of under the table if there's like anywhere there could be anybody else. I'm like scouting out the whole area.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come over here to
Go ahead.
this door. I'm gonna that one open too and kind of peek out and then just always like my eye like shifting back to him, like ready.
Cool. Yeah. So you kick this place around. There's some crates with absolutely nothing in them. Everything's been salvaged. Just some chairs that are just in disuse, dusty. The cushions are split open, kind of trashy. Over on the south area, it looks like it'd be like a food preparation spot, like a counter with some machinery. But you don't see anybody else. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. You don't see any weapons, any hidden traps, or anything like that. Just this man with an ever-moving face, holding his hands up.
I'm one of Roy's. He told me to come here and help repair. I don't know if that helps or anything.
Now, jog my memory. Are these Roy's? Who the guys in the ship with me right now are the ladies' bad guys, right?
The ones that were shooting at us and the other one.
Yeah.
No.
And which one was Roy?
Roy
He was the one who betrayed.
Yeah.
Right.
Was he the tree guy?
You guys
or was he
had
the
the
other
guns
guy?
on him.
No.
Yeah, so he wants the electricity for the water, and the other guy's got the gotcha. So, I mean, did I kill Roy?
No, you didn't shoot. Yeah. You said get the fuck out of here, and he backed away. Well, you
That's
guys
right.
left.
He tried to shoot me though.
He
That
did.
son of a bitch. All right.
He did. Point blank.
All right, you. I'm gonna step over here, and I'm like, I want you to walk out that door right now, and I'm gonna keep my gun trained on him.
That's fine. Just let me know, because if you
have
need
more walking, less talking, buddy. Out the door.
If you need something repaired, I'm very, very good. That's why I was sent here. That's all I'm saying. I'm following you, and I'm just feeling the gun against my back, or like I feel it. You're probably not doing it because that's not what a soldier would do. But like it just.
No, I'm not.
I feel the energy behind me.
I walk to the far side of the room with the gun trained, waiting for you to go out into the hallway.
I go out in the hallway. I don't mess around. I don't have a weapon.
Okay, so you lead him out into the hallway. Ingrid.
I go through the bottom door when he goes through the top door.
Sure. You guys are keeping that wall between you. I got it. So Ingrid, as you're piloting up there, you notice this anomaly of some kind of glitch-looking thing, but it's becoming more constant. You know, it's not just a trick of like a visual trick. You know, it's not your nerves. You see it now. You waved Hina and Novus over, and they have confirmed that they see it as well. It appears as if something is moving along the hull of your ship. Slowly.
And I can see it like on a ship map or something?
Yeah, so you have this schematic view of your ship. So you see like a top-down view of it. And you can see something. This dot, it like glitches out and it's there for a second and then it goes away. A few seconds later it comes and it's somewhere else.
I don't like the look of that. Do you guys know what this could be?
Hina looks down and kind of like wipes some dust off the console. I think someone came along with us.
Like what kind of someone?
Probably someone who didn't want us to leave. No one else would be crazy enough to hitch a ride in deep space like that.
Did I hear any of what happened with Austin? Probably not, right?
No. I mean, you heard some southern accent business going on down there, but that's it. You don't know if he was like talking to himself, kicking the dead bodies and cursing their names, having a post-mortem conversation with Vide. You just heard him, in his southern speak, ranting about something.
That seems pretty in character. I'm not too worried about it.
Right. It's the
Novus, could you jack in here and let me know you...
Can he do that? What can Novus do?
I don't know.
Let me
Can't
see
he?
what Novus do.
Oh, that was Vide that could do that.
He's a solo
Yeah,
pilot.
it was Vide, yeah.
Okay, it was Vide. Okay.
Only some of us
Perfect.
can be jacking in over here. Let's.
True. Sorry.
I think he knows somebody. That's his ability, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows a guy.
He knows a guy. Where
Okay,
is that?
that's-
Oh, he's long lived, and yeah, he knows
Look,
a
it's
guy.
been a while. Okay.
Oh yeah, you can kick on his character sheet too, right?
Yeah, I guess I could. Yeah.
Oh, he's always been the one that I can't open. I can open everyone else's, but for some reason I can't open his.
Really? Huh.
You know, when I double click on Ingrid or Vide, I can
Let me
move the
check.
character
Maybe
sheet
it's a
to-
permissions thing. It might just be observer. Oh, that's why. Now you should be able to observe. 1 second. All right. Okay, so
Okay, so since he can't do that, I'll just be like, hey, Novus, would you mind checking that out for me?
checking what out? I don't know if that's his voice, but that's gonna be his voice.
Well, isn't he over like looking at what we're looking at?
Yeah, he's looking out. You guys have this massive windows out front, so you're just seeing out into the void of space. Absolutely nothing but blackness and stars, and sort of just like backlight of Inaro behind you. It appears we have company.
Would you mind checking out our company?
Well, I would, but I don't have the proper gear to go outside.
Oh, it's outside. I thought you were saying it's in the ship.
No, on the outside.
Hmm.
Am I allowed to mention something about Vide or no?
Yeah, go for it.
Did we return the outside spacesuits or no?
I believe
I
you
can't.
have one EVA suit.
Okay.
Yeah,
In your pocket.
Vide had it. He had it like stashed
Vide, yeah.
under his giant coat or something. I don't know. But
Somehow.
He had it. Yeah. Yeah, he had a. It's the smaller one, right? It's the lightweight. It's not the heavy one.
Do we have any kind of like defense shields?
You have a.
Weapon.
You don't have shields. You have like a, essentially what is a shield. You have so much damage before the ship gets something integrity, I think. I'll have to
Do we
look
have
it up.
any
No, you don't
weapons?
have any kind of weaponry, any kind of defenses. This thing is like bare bones ship. There's no extra modules, no defense modules, anything like that. You have life support, you have gravity, you have propulsion. That's pretty much it. You have comms. You have radar, obviously, or
Okay, so we see like a ship in the distance just like
you can.
squaring up with us.
No, you don't see a ship. You just see the void of space, like I said. But on the console, on the schematic readout of your ship, it appears as if something
crap.
is on the ship.
Oh, okay. I'm so confused. It's on top, on the outside.
It's on the outside.
Okay.
It's not.
We're
inside.
gonna switch from Death in Space over to the Wretched now, and it'll just be like a solo journaling of you and the bees.
All right, so we'll go back to Austin. What are you doing with your new friend?
So
I'm marching him. I'm marching him up the hallway here
gangplank?
towards everybody else.
Okay.
So, as you see, like as soon as I give my back to you in the mess hall and head out the door, you notice that like over my coat there was a little bit of a small leather strap slung across, but you didn't see what was dangling at the hip. But as I turn to give my back to you, you see a couple of tools on the belt, but you also see on that diagonal shoulder strap, not a satchel, but a little metal box. And it seems to have like a very simple, RGB, screen with a few colored like lights or check boxes with a few diagnostic things like going on and off in it constantly, and then another little side display next to it of that similar rain, but in color. My skin seems to be doing. That seems to be at my hip and behind me.
So yeah.
All right, now what's?
Sorry, go ahead.
What's that? What's that you got dangling there, buddy?
What's what?
Dangling?
What are you talking about? I'm not looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking behind you. I'm not doing any funny business. What do you mean?
Yeah. No, that thing you got strapped to your hip there, pal.
Oh, that's well, that's my little pocket. That's me. That's at least what I think is me, or what me thinks of it. I'm not quite sure, but it helps me piece things together sometimes. It's like a little virtual non-fizz box where I try to put all the pieces of my life together, People like me forget things slowly, and it's the only way to keep you all together. Up here, and I tap my head.
All right. Well, we've all been there. Why don't you just walk down to the end of that hallway there, and we're gonna go through that door, and we're gonna have a nice sit down with the rest of my compatriots.
I remember there was some trouble with the AI on the ship. Doesn't seem
All right,
to be.
buddy. But what's your name, friend?
My name is Hiroje. Hiroje Wan.
Hiroje Wan.
Yeah, you could call me Juan if you want.
All right, what I want to call you is quiet. So how about you stop talking and start walking?
All right. Where are we going?
I just told you, go down to the end of that hallway there. We're going to go to the bridge and say hi to my compadres.
All right. I really did a thing or two to these two.
Jesus fucking Christ. This guy. Through the door, friend.
All right, yeah, Hiroje. So as you make your way down here, you hid from the melee, but there are two bloodied thugs, dead thugs. There's blood everywhere. There's heat still rising off their dead bodies, and he pushes you up into the main bridge area. Where you
is this a seat?
That is a seat.
Is this a? All right, is it right there? I want you to sit down, and I want you to keep your hands up. Now, Grid, Novus, I found this stowaway messing around in our mess hall.
Callista's sniffing him.
She seems kind of confused. She'll get closer, sniff, and then something will happen, and she'll kind of jerk back a little bit.
Yeah, animals don't like me much. I like them just fine.
So yeah, like he said, when you see this character, this hooded character, you just see as if their features are like white rain, I guess, pouring down over a black face, I guess. Just black figure, featureless almost. And you've never seen anything like this before.
Well, who are you?
I'm Hiroje Wan. I was one of Ron's repair guys that were sent to come and help out, and then we were repairing, and the lady arrived with all those people, and I lost everything, just like everyone else lost everything. So I hid, and I'm here now.
You're repairing.
I was repairing. I was told to come here and repair because you guys had
You repair
done something
ships.
first. I was here to help make the ship ready to fly.
Come over here. Come over.
All right. Can I put my hands down or keep them up?
Callisto, follow him.
Ruff.
Like slowly put my hands down and I walk on over to Ingrid.
Oh, I picture her sound like Scooby Doo.
Oh, I'll keep it. You know.
All right, Grid.
Listen.
For Scooby snack.
Oh, and there's also a
not-
dead guy right here too.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why it says. Oh, that's your dot. Okay, I thought it said Christian under his name. That's weird.
I'm
That's
gonna
your
have him
boundary
like
dot.
check out the screen.
Okay, so you approach the screen, and you do see this sort of like a schematic view of the ship, and there's something. There's like a dot that just sort of appears and vanishes. It appears as it's moving down to the back of the ship on the outside, toward the airlock. But it's there, fizzles out, comes back again, and it's a little bit further down the ship.
You see that there?
Yeah. So
Seems weird, right?
yeah, I'm definitely the most unsettling looking one here, but I don't feel so bad anymore. This is definitely worse. You mind if I try to do something to make this clearer? Maybe something seems wrong with the signal if it's flickering in and out. I know we were having trouble with the displays just before the shooting happened, and the AI in this is atrocious. It needs an overhaul. So
Austin, how do you feel about that?
Listen, I got a gun on him.
exactly.
So if he does anything funny, I'm popping this bubble or whatever he is. And
All right.
I'm in the mood to live. So
I like that. I like that mood. All right, give it a shot.
Shut the fuck up.
all right, so you let me through to look at the screen.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you can. Yeah. What do you
So
want?
yeah, I want to see if I can strengthen the signal. You know, beep boop a few things. See if I can get like at least the display, you know, functioning properly with what it's showing us, and make sure like we can really see what that signal is, or if it's just a mess up.
Sure. So you spent some time down there fiddling around, messing with some wires, getting the signal a little bit clearer. And it takes a few minutes, but the resolution immediately gets better.
Okay.
And you
Is the
see-
signal- it's a little, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Go for it. What were we going to say?
No, is the blip still there?
The blip is still there. And in fact, the blip's resolution has gone up.
Oh.
And you can see that now it is the shape of a humanoid crawling down toward the airlock.
Well, I don't think I need to tell you what that looks like. It looks like you got plenty of guns, so I'm not too worried.
Austin, you see that?
Yep. Novus, take this. And I'm gonna toss him one of my guns.
Okay.
Does he have his own gun? Did Novus take a
I
gun?
believe so. Let me see what he's got. What has he got? Yeah, he's got a pistol and a shotgun.
Oh well, fuck it. He's got a shotgun.
Yeah,
All
he's-
right, you keep an eye on Rain Man here. I'm gonna go run to the airlock, and I'm just gonna.
Rain Man, I love it. All right, so Novus moves across the bridge, and you're gonna head down to the airlock.
Yeah.
Okay. So you stand there for a while, and you hear something. It's kind of like this whining sound, a mechanical whining sound. And as this is going on, the alert on the comms, Ingrid, is starting to... it's almost like taken over the back end of the ship. So it's kind of expanded from a single humanoid looking thing, and it's almost bleeding on the back, like starting to flash. and your ship integrity graph comes up, and you see the last bar starting to shrink.
Okay, I'm gonna yell out. He's messing with the ship.
Yeah, I think he's cutting or something.
All right. I'm going to. The Ava suit protects us from space, right?
Correct.
All right. I know Vide had that. I'm gonna run in this room, prop my gun against the wall, and get into that Ava suit as fast as possible.
Okay, yeah. It takes about 5 minutes to don this thing. And while this is going on, you're trying to get in there, wipe the blood off, because V-Day was exploded, basically. That blip kind of starts moving away from the airlock toward the bridge area, but still on the outside. So you're in your EVA suit. What do you want to do?
Was there any way to heal at all in the interim here?
Yeah, I think you can rest, right? It doesn't have to be overnight. Let me check my rules. Because you only have 2 hit points left.
Yeah, I do not feel good.
Maybe somebody else. You should have given it to Nova since Ducky's not here.
Yes, so if Novus dies,
Hey,
fuck him.
hey, Novus, go check that out.
Red shirt.
Yeah.
Healing. Let's see. Oh no, that's.
It is all very well hyperlinked with tables and everything.
I know,
Again,
I should look at the print.
one
I'll
of
look at the
the
print.
best laid out and functional books we've ever read.
Brian loves
But why?
his legacy.
I would listen. All I'm saying is I can name at least 3 projects at this point that have hyperlinked PDFs because of me, and I'm just saying you're welcome. There's 9 times the word heal
It's
is
1d8
used.
plus, what is it? Body?
Death and healing. When a player character dies, afterwards healing. When they've eaten something and rested a full night, player characters heal. That sucks.
Has it, so
So-
it hasn't.
Has not been a full night, everybody. Sorry.
Ew.
Yeah. Great, wonderful, awesome, cool, sweet.
Does anybody have a healing
Um,
potion? Oh wait, wrong game.
Yeah.
It's the future. Tell me that we're still on like individual pay plans here. Come on. Well, fuck it. If I die, I die, and I'm gonna. This is this a double airlock system?
Yeah, so
mean, that's how
you'll
gonna have
exit
to
the
work.
door.
Yeah.
Here, let me lock this because I need to switch your map. So you go into the airlock, you beep 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 beep. It decompresses or depressurizes, and I will move you to a different map.
So I'm gonna start an adventure that kills another one of us off right off the bat.
Okay, where we go here? And you are. All right, Austin. Okay, so you make it. Let me activate this guy.
Ooh.
Yep, I'm fucking dead.
So you crawl out of the airlock.
Nice.
You find a
Nice
little. I like kind of hacked it based on Ducky's design, but
Hey, I mean, if anyone that doesn't recognize this needs to go watch it.
so you crawl up the ladder, get onto the top, and you see another figure in a suit crawling toward the bridge area. Doesn't seem to have seen you yet.
All right. Okay, so let's try to do this as strategically as possible because I can take cover. That's the thing that I can do in the rules of this game, right?
Yeah, but where are you gonna take? I guess you could take cover behind some kind of jutting piece of metal. I guess if you wanted to.
Yeah, so this is my thought is that if this right here is the where I'm coming out of the airlock, right? Is it over here out the back? Or
Yep.
would it be like up through like something over here or something?
It's out the back, and I'll just say there's like a ladder leading up to the top of the ship.
Okay, so then so this ring of the ship right here, let's say that's like yay high.
Uh-huh.
So I can just kind of like, you know, elbow over it, and then I can just drop down afterwards.
Yeah.
So covered shields. When firing from cover that can withstand gunfire, such as behind a wall, crate, or similar, one can choose to be partly or fully covered. Attacks against a partly covered person have disadvantage. A person in full cover cannot attack, but is shielded from all range attacks. But
Right.
I can move, and so I could fire and then move behind cover fully, right?
I think that seems like it would break it to me, right? Then you would just fire, and then duck, and then on their turn. You know what I mean? I feel like you need to either choose because it's all simultaneously happening, right? So I feel like
All right.
yeah, you'd either need to
So
choose.
I'll be partly covered.
Okay. So that means I'll get disadvantage.
Yeah.
And by
but
the
I
way,
still
you
have to
can
shoot
only
'em.
take 3 inventory slots when you wear an EVA suit. So what are those 3 items going to be? You don't need to move them off your character sheet. I just need to know.
I would have left 3 so my guns all count as that too. So
Yeah.
I'll have my raid rifle and both pistols. And I would have left my flashlight, my keytar, my planetary parachute, my proximity alarm, and I assume I'm wearing the uniform unless I needed to get
Naked?
more necky.
It's
Yeah.
fine, whatever. I just want to know,
Yeah.
like, weapon-wise or item-wise. That's really what matters.
If I have 3, then I got the 3 guns on me, and that's what I got.
All right.
All right. So then, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be partly covered. So I'm basically, if the thing is up to here, that's what I'm doing. And I got one hand rested on top of it, and I got the raid rifle.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna, yeah.
Okay.
I want to see if I have any void points or anything here.
You
I
have
0
a
void points.
bless, I believe, but that's it.
And we're blessing before attacks, right?
Correct. And I'll give you advantage since this person doesn't know you're there.
Okay, well then I would like to both bless and roll this sucker with advantage. So I'll roll my d4 first.
Go for it.
I need to put some macros in the bottom. Well, actually, Foundry just makes it super easy to roll anyway.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah.
2.
+2.
All right. And then I get to roll, so I can just use my character sheet for this. I can go to my belongings section. I don't think I have the music up loud.
I can turn it up, but yeah.
No, I mean I have my global
Uh,
controls over. We are popping here. There we go. So then I go to belongings, and I should be able to hit attack next to my raid rifle, right?
correct.
All right, defender DR.
It is 13.
Damn.
But you get advantage. And a
And I can
+2 to your
actually-
roll.
So I'll just make it 11.
Yeah.
Does
So
that make
it'll-
sense?
Exactly.
Right. So it'll take those 2 off.
Yep.
So then we can just see right away if it hits.
Yep.
Oh no! All I have with me is my raid rifle. I guess it takes up 3 slots.
Really?
I guess that's what it says.
Oh, it's
It
a big
says
it's a big
slot-
daddy.
It's a big daddy.
All right.
I'm just seeing if I got anything else I can use, because I really need to hit this guy. I want to make sure I don't have any extra little bonuses.
Checking all the stats just in case you're missing something.
I got to. So I get to roll with advantage. Now, ooh, what's risky? Let's see what risky is. Okay.
Risky, that means you get advantage, but then if you miss, I think you run the risk of getting a free attack.
Yeah, if successful, the attack deals an extra damage die. If it fails, the targeted opponent gets an immediate counterattack against the attacker.
Oh, so
in
it's not
addition to the
advantage,
other
yeah.
actions in a round. And choose who acts next in the round instead of the attacker.
So you do have advantage. You could get double damage, or well, 2 damage rolls if you do make this successful. The odds are in your favor, but you never know what could happen, Mr. 2 hit points.
That's the problem.
You could be like
I don't want
like this, lost in space.
Oh,
If I get shot one time, I'm dead. And this guy, if I miss, he would have 2 shots on me.
Yeah, but remember, he's got disadvantage at least. But you never know. You never know. You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
So this guy, yeah, he's just like climbing on the outside of the ship, just moving forward, pulling himself. His legs are kind of drifting up, and he kicks them back down. And you see them stick, magnetic boots. And he starts crawling forward. Still
Yeah, fuck it.
unaware.
Risky attack. Risky
Woo,
attack. Let's
risky
do it.
attack. All right, let's see what happens.
I've already redeemed a bless. Do we have anything that'll? We don't have. We're not using like re-rolls, right?
Wait, what did Ducky say? Can you redeem blesses, or is it broken since I'm a player? Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know. I don't care. So I'm gonna take. I gotta take off your bless though, since you already rolled it.
Yep. All right, let's see what happens. Because if I miss this shot, I'm probably gonna. There's gonna be another death in space.
We're giving the game. We're giving the game its name, man. We gotta, right?
yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Oh man! There he is, sinking into his chair. Holy shit! You rolled. What'd you roll? 2 3s?
Wow.
Wow. Okay, you get a void point. Congratulations. So you fire this rifle
Nice
off,
play with you guys.
and he just flinches right at the last second. The projectile goes over his shoulder, and he turns at you, and just everything's reflected in his visor as he looks around, and he aims a pistol at you. So he's got disadvantage though. What's your DR?
10.
Oh shit.
Wait, does that include the EVA suit though? Doesn't that add to it?
I don't believe the EVA suit does. I think a heavy EVA suit adds +2 against melee
okay.
weapons, yeah.
Okay.
So the light ones do not. +0 defense rating.
Yeah. All right. Nice playing with you guys. I'll start rolling another character. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So he reaches over with this pistol, lets a round fly off, and you duck down just in time. Woo! Skin of your teeth. So what now? So you're hunkered down behind this, I don't know, projection, this protrusion of your ship. Feeling the wounds flare up from the previous battle.
Same shit. We'll just run it back.
Okay, so you're taking a partial cover?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna stay partial cover.
Another risky attack?
And, I mean, yeah, he still has disadvantage, right?
No, he knows where you are now. He can see you now. Oh wait, does it
Well,
mean
he
I
still
think they have
disadvantage.
disadvantage on attack rolls, that's right. Because you're partial cover.
Yeah, because I'm partly covered. But I don't have advantage now because he knows I'm here.
Correct. You'd always go back inside too.
I can attack and move, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that I can
Of course,
do.
yeah.
Could I fire and then go back inside?
Yeah. I would say you would like probably it's going to take some time to get back into the airlock and all that, but he may
He
or may
probably
not
should be able to get to me in that
right.
time. All right, well then I'm not going to risky attack so that he can't immediately counterattack. I have normal advantage. I have no bless this time.
You got nothing.
It doesn't look like we got nothing. So it's a 13, right?
Yeah, audience, don't forget you can donate your precious XP points to get these fine folks blesses if you'd like. No pressure, just letting you know. I'll wait a beat to see if anybody wants to give you a blast before we roll that die.
And then I'll
What if I
roll
could?
that beautiful bean footage. Yep. We can't. We can't.
Oh, Ducky! All right, since he's technically not here.
He can't.
I'll,
We can't
He
though.
can't, he
I'll
can't.
refund that.
Really?
can't do
You sure?
that.
Okay.
Oh, you can. He
Okay.
did.
I was
No.
gonna allow it, but
It looks like
Well,
Skull.
Skull's got me.
Skull.
Skull's got
Thanks,
me.
man. All right, so I'm assuming you're gonna want to use the bless, so I do not need to add it to your list or your loadout.
Yeah, I will immediately use it. 4,
Oh,
baby.
nice. Okay, doesn't get any better than that. So here we go.
I'll have to refund those points in a second. You know what? Risky attack again.
Woo! Wait. 7 minus 2. What did you do? Did you roll the?
You're doing with advantage, right?
No,
No,
I don't
no,
get
no, no,
advantage
no.
now, right?
Oh, okay.
Wait. So did you calculate his DR?
Oh no. I got it.
So
it doesn't matter.
13
I
minus
got
4. Oh, you got 5. You rolled a 5?
I rolled a 7, and I have. What do I have a -2 for?
Wait, what's the benefit of risky attack if you don't get advantage?
Double damage.
You get double
double
damage.
damage.
Well, a second damage die. I don't understand where the -2 is coming in though. Why am I? Why
It's
is
your
this not
tech.
making
It
sense
must be
in my
your
head?
tech. What's your tech?
Oh, is that what I'm rolling with?
Yeah.
Well then, yeah, that's dumb. I completely forgot. I don't know why I thought I was rolling with body. It's range, so it's tech.
Okay.
That's really super unfortunate. So then, yeah, I mean, I guess he gets to immediately. Oh, that's a second void point though. What can I do with void points?
You can use
Gosh.
it as advantage. I know it's been a while.
Oh, well then I had a void point.
Okay, I'll give you another roll then if you want to use.
All right. Yeah. I
How many
would've
void
used,
points do you have?
Well, I just had the one from the last miss.
Okay.
Sorry, we haven't played in a month, people. Playing the game, void points. Using void points, I can gain advantage on an ability or activate a cosmic mutation. So yeah, I
Oh,
would
wait,
have
is it an
definitely
ability or
used any
attack?
advantage
Yeah.
I had since I went risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says ability check or attack roll.
Go for it then.
So,
So
I'm gonna
use
go back
void
to Z,
point.
and I'm gonna
Make
do
sure
the
to
same
neg
attack
it.
again.
Yeah, you have to roll a 9 or better.
Yeah, so I'll make it a 9 here because it still would have done it. The risky situation doesn't matter because I already rolled that and we know what's going on.
Right.
And with -2, actually, I need to roll an 11.
Oh!
Hey.
There it is. There it is. Okay, but you get double
So-
damage, right?
I do, so I get to roll another D10.
Roll another
Since
D10.
it's only a freaking 2. 11 points of damage.
Oh,
baby.
shit. Okay. So you train this raid rifle. You pull the trigger. You see almost your reflection in his visor, and that projectile goes all the way through, shatters his face, and he just like starts tumbling as the ship continues to move. So he's just drifting.
Am I able to like throw the raid rifle over my shoulder and kind of like over to like try to snatch him, like grab him?
Yeah, do you want to? I mean, it's a pretty long distance. Well, let's see how long is that?
I mean, I at least want to try to see if I can find out who this person was.
Yeah, I'd say like.
Gosh, without that bless, I still would have failed too. Even rolling a 16.
Oh yeah. So it's like 80. I'll say you could make it to him, but to grab him, I'm gonna need like a dex check.
All right, I'll do a dex check here. I mean, if I miss, I miss, and I just get a void point.
So you got some momentum going. You're like running along like an ape or something, like grabbing
Oh yeah, 'cause
handholds
I'll
and
kick
stuff.
off.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
kick
kicking
off,
off.
yeah, anything I can, because I assume the Ava suit at least has a little bit of magnet in the feet or something like that, so I'm not just like shooting off into space.
Yeah,
or
I don't
no?
know if they have magnetic boots. I don't think the small ones do. Let's see. I know the
So
big
then, yeah,
ones
I
do.
need to be holding on to the handholds and
I
whatnot.
would have, if I knew that it didn't have magnetic boots, I would have given him mine because I have some. If we
It doesn't matter. Whatever. He gets over there. I just need a dex roll to see like if he
If I'm able to grab
if
him.
you're able to grab
Cool.
him. Yeah.
So do I just click dexterity, right?
Yeah. Well,
don't
actually,
have a
let's do.
void point.
There'll be no void points here. I don't think there's any need for failure.
I don't
So
have any.
we
Yeah.
can just do like a regular. You can just do a regular agility check.
All right. So I'm just gonna click dexterity, which is -2, and no
So
advantage
DR,
of any kind.
it's just 12. It's standard 12. Yeah.
16, baby.
Okay, so just as he's drifting away, you grab onto the boot and pull him toward you.
So
And
I
he
just have
loses
this body now.
Yeah, you got his body. He's just
Yeah.
like, see the shattered
Yeah.
glass of his visor.
Yep.
Bits
So
of
then at that
blood.
point, I'm just gonna you
haul
know,
him back.
like a lifeguard, but but like I'm actually in space. Like one loop through, like I'm dragging it through. I'm gonna make my way, you know, through the airlock, and I'm just gonna be mumbling the whole time. I'll be some bitch. Goddamn
Okay.
face, that's right. Tell you what. And yeah, I'll dump him in the airlock. And here in the airlock, I want to, before I go into the rest of the ship, if I can,
Sure.
I'm gonna take my own helmet off from the Eva suit, and I want to pop this guy's helmet off and look him over, see what he like. Take the gun, obviously. Like,
Yeah,
take anything that's strapped to him.
He had a pistol that was tethered.
Kick him for keys.
Yeah. So you do see that he has a insignia of the UWA on him. So he looks like he was one of the thugs. Possibly one of the ones who were trying to get in to the airlock when you guys were still docked there.
Pistol. He had a third pistol. All right. So then I'm just going to there it is. How many shots does he have left on that pistol? He shot me at least once, right? Or at me.
Let me check. I think he shot. Yeah, just once.
Like 4 ammo on
He's
that.
got.
I got 6.
Oh, weird! It didn't take it off.
All right, I'll add it to mine
Yeah,
and take one off.
4.
So, man, I only got 6 shots left on my radar rifle. I got to be more careful and just use these pistols since I got 3 of them.
Oh, and we got to roll the damage checks, right? That we
Oh, to
forgot
see if any of my
last
stuff
time?
gets. I think we did forget to roll damage last time.
Condition
so when
loss.
Condition, and yeah.
Yeah, so roll 1d6 for each weapon used. On a 1, it loses 1 condition. So I will roll for him. So 1d6.
Oh, dude, McGlynn.
Oh,
fucking-
1. The pistol. What's up?
I said the sheet is just so well done because it's all in there. So,
Yep.
like on our sheets here, for those listening from the awesome, wonderful McGlintlock, every time you do anything, it automatically does it. So when I failed, it automatically gave me a void point, and the condition has a D6 die roll. Literally, click right next to it. So and it'll automatically track. I got a 2, so condition unaffected.
So his
Boom, still
pistol
3 to 3.
pistol did lose 1 condition.
Okay.
So if you
I'll
add, just
reduce
go ahead
that
and
by-
add a pistol to your inventory or whatever, and then just
It
take
did.
1 off.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So I took 1 shot and 1 condition off of the pistol.
Yep.
All right, so that's it. He's got that. And I shot him through the face, right?
You did. His whole visor is just shattered. Yeah.
So
his
the
face
helmet's
is a
gone,
mess.
but the suit still has like the logo and everything like that, right? And that's all he had on him was a pistol and the
That's
patch on the
it.
side, and
That's
that's
all
it.
he had.
What was
yeah,
he?
nothing
What was
else.
he sabotaging with? Just ripping its stuff outside?
Yeah,
Should I
it
take
looked
a
like
peek
he
at
was
his eye, like-
trying to get inside, maybe.
Gotcha.
From
So
I mean,
just,
you
like, kinda
never
tearing at stuff.
tearing at stuff, trying to find a way in.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll drag, and he's super dead, right?
He's super dead.
All right. Well, then I'll just drag his body into what is this room right here? Is this someone's room?
Just like a cargo area, storage area. And you guys
So,
do
whatever.
have 3 other dead bodies, not counting Vide on the ship. You might want to dump them.
Well, then I was gonna say, then fuck it. I'm gonna strip him out of his suit.
Yep.
And just kick his ass out the airlock.
Okay. All right. Do you
And
want to do that with all of the other bodies too?
Yeah. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna search all their bodies, kick them for keys, and take any insignias or anything that's still salvageable after murdering them that looks like the UGA or whatever this lady is.
Right.
And then dump the bodies.
Okay, I will delete the bodies.
And then I'm gonna
You toss.
I'm gonna strut back into the thing, kick the door open like a saloon door, and if there's not one there, I'm gonna mime it anyway. And I'm just gonna like saddle in with like the raid rifle up and be like,
Okay.
it's handled.
Indeed. And I think that's a good place for a break. So hang out with us for about 5 or 10 minutes, and we will be right back with more Death in Space. Welcome back, everybody. Quick break, brief recap. Austin, he risked it all. They had some kind of intruder carryover from the RM80, perhaps. It seemed as though, based on what they found when they checked out his jumpsuit underneath the EVA suit. And he barely made it. He took the guy out, pulled him back in. He dashed in slow motion across the top of the ship, grabbed by leg, pulled him inside, and then marched his way through the central corridor, kicking his metaphorical saloon doors open. But also, they met a new character, a new man who was hiding in the mess hall. Hiroge, right? Did I say it right? Hiroge.
Yep.
Who's a very mysterious person who helped fix their comms a little bit. So they had a little bit of a glitch in the scanning system, but he put his repair knowledge to work. And I forgot to mention, Hiroge, while you were being marched down this hall, you caught in the corner of your eye the open door to what appeared to be like the worst medical bay you've ever seen. And then on that table, I guess, is that where you left him, Austin?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was a body on the medical table. So did not look like it belonged to the rest of the thugs that were lying about dead. It did not appear as if he was part of that firefight. But I just thought I'd mention that in case you wanted to.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, I need something. Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
So Austin's just come in.
Yep.
He's just mentioned he took care of it, and you already didn't look too, good for wear since the firefight. So well done, I guess. I couldn't help but notice now that all the firing's gone. I is your friend that's hurt? Are they one of you by any chance? And I'm pointing at Austin, like kind of insinuating like a synthetic.
Now, what do you mean by that, son?
I mean,
You better
like,
watch your tone.
I don't know, Chrome. Yeah. See, Chrome, I didn't see a lot of red blood around is all I'm saying, but sometimes you can never tell.
I bleed red blood just like the rest of them.
Okay. I just know sometimes, I mean, he doesn't look like he's breathing, even though like they simulate breathing. I might have an idea. The AI in here is terrible. I wasn't able to get to it, and if you even tapped into it a little bit, you would have seen that too. I think I have a way of, I don't think I could get your friend back on his feet, but I could probably get his mind back on its feet in a way. If you let me, and I hold up the little box in front of me. I can't promise anything, but it might fix two problems at once, in a way.
I don't know, Grid. What do you think about him messing with Vide's body and our ship at the same time?
Well, he did help a little bit.
I have a question. Is your friend? It's gonna sound weird, but was your friend good with guns?
I mean, I'm
have a
kind
good
of
shot?
the gun guy, you know.
Why do you ask?
Well, I'm thinking of taking out a memory I'm not too fond of in here and making it sort of a virtual room for his mind that I can download into the ship so that his mind can live somewhere physically and he won't feel so apart from himself. Because I find when people have tried this in the past, they just lose who they were. So if I can extract one of these memories I don't like too much, he'd have sort of a housing for his brain that still wants to have movement and be in a human form in some way, shape. So the memories just
wait, are you
all that friendly.
Are
Are
you downloading them into you or into the ship?
No. I'd grab the scene of my memory, put it into the ship's server where the AI usually is inhabited, and then I would download him into that memory, and it would act as a conduit for him to be the AI of the ship. It's just that he's a very unique thing. He was a sentient thing, so he's not going to react like a programmed AI would. So I'm thinking that might preserve at least some of his character, as long as he's not bleeding out too much or completely lost.
Well, as long as you giving him a memory doesn't make him as talkative as you, why don't you just do what you feel? And if you fuck it up, I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
That's fine. I'll make sure he has a gun in there. Don't worry. And I just just run past you because I don't want to waste any time. And I'm holding the box almost like fixated on it, not even looking at the door, almost running into the door before it automatically opens, and behind you, and like go straight to the med bay. Well, actually, I go to wherever the server would be, the server box, to wherever the AI would be, and I hook up my pocket world into that server.
Okay.
I load in a small memory, and is anybody with me in this moment, or no? Does anyone follow me out or go with me, or is everyone just sticking in the cockpit?
No, I'm definitely with you.
Okay, you're with me. Oh, okay, you're with me. So I'm hooking it up. I'm doing my thing, and I just kind of take a little moment of pause. My hands shake a little bit, and I press a few buttons, and I try to conceal it, but it looks like a very, very stifled, quick half sob just as I press like a confirm button.
Okay.
Oh, that feels good. Okay, I gotta go to your friend, and I leave the box there, and I run over, and I notice, because he's kind of blown open, his jacket's open and everything, I see the knife in his belt, and I go, may I? It's not gonna look pretty, but it's the only thing I can do.
Do what you gotta do, son.
All right, I pull Vide's knife out, and I, go to the back of his head, and I start, and he's like, oh, this actually cuts pretty good. It's something rare metal. I start cutting through like some of the skull with difficulty, so it's gross. And I pull out, and I find a little something deep, and like just the squishing sounds, as milky blood pouring out, and I finally grasp something, and then I pick it out, half with my hand, half with the knife. Wish me luck. And I do one more slit with the knife,
And it's this mix of, biotech and hardware. And I move back to the server. I mess with a few wires, kind of in a hot wiry sort of way, and go to the hardware part of what I pulled out. And then I look over at Austin and I go, "You're gonna have to give me a minute. I'm not gonna be very responsive."
Blessed silence.
I thought you'd like that. And I grab it. It's almost like on a pull reel from the inside of the box. There's like this weird jack that seems to be like a long needle. And I slowly put it up into my nasal cavity.
Ah, it's gonna be Total Recall.
Yeah, of course you don't see that. You just see like white rain or whatever. My nose should be there and the needle's disappearing. And I'm silent. And what happens is there is a room, an old, decrepit, dirty room. There's a tiny, like round window with some big cargo ships flying by, and just really gross greenish yellow lighting. And I see flickers, almost like that black rain, but I see flickers of Vide loading in, and he's looking more and more present, but he's always going to be kind of flickering a bit. And I look over him like, load. A7 II Mark I pistol on Vide Tally. And Vide's like, Avatar just nods and like a gun appears in his hand. And I just look at him and I go, every day at 23:30, you're gonna have to point that at that door. My father's in there. As soon as he comes out, you shoot. You'll be fine for the rest of the day. This is a loop, though. I'm sorry, this is the only one I'm willing to give away. Vide looks, nods, and you hear very garbled, "Thank you." And then I reach for my nose, there's nothing there. But, Austin sees me reach for it, and I pull, and I wake up.
Damn. That's cool.
Yeah. And I look at Austin and like he's in. I don't know how much of him survived, but he's in, and I'm sure, he's a synthetic, so pretty quickly he'll figure out what's going on and how to help operate in his own way. And I unplug my box and I sling it back on my thing. And that's it.
Okay, cool. Austin, do you want to check in on anything, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'll I can communicate with the system, so I'm just gonna.
So you jack in again, sort of one glancing over your shoulder at Hiroge, and you're revisited again by those same just static cobwebs of emptiness and. But you do sense a presence. It's faint. It feels very, very far away, but it's a very familiar presence. And it does definitely feel like Vide. But again, he's distant. He almost feels lost. But it feels as if he's sort of acclimating to his new home. So you sense a little bit of fear, a little bit of confusion, a little bit of sadness, regret, but you sense him nonetheless. So then you unjack back to reality, and you are back with Hiroge. And all of you are very, very exhausted. You guys have been through numerous firefights. You're wounded. You guys all feel like it's probably about time to turn in for the night. Unless there's something else you guys want to do, or anybody else.
No.
Heena's already nodding off. She's like asleep in one of these chairs over here.
I think I'm going to suggest, at least to Austin, who seems to be wanting to keep a close eye on me, that I like, just give me a blanket and I can stay by the server and see how he's doing. He might need a few little prompts to get him a little more fitted in his new digs.
Yeah. So Vide's body is still there. His biological body, anyway. You guys are free to leave him there for the night, or whatever you want to do. Just reminding you that his body is still in the med bay.
I think he's full of enough holes. I think we could use the space. I mean, we know I can feed him in the ship. I'll be able to talk to him soon. Probably be able to talk to all of us eventually. That was some good work.
Thanks. It was a little bit, it's a little bit of therapy for me too. But I know you don't care about that.
I genuinely do not. But
now,
why don't you...
Before you toss him out the airlock, you might want to grab a little whatever he's got on him. I mean...
Oh, no, yeah, trust me. I always pick him for keys. Why don't you stay here by the server and Grid, can this thing do a little autopilot for a minute?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna say our goodbyes real quick, and we'll be back in just a minute.
So what are you guys doing?
Too?
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to say goodbye to Vide, we're gonna go. We're gonna kick him out of the airlock. He's gonna get a good space Viking funeral or whatever. We're just gonna.
You're gonna set him on fire first, and then he'll just go out.
Yeah, we'll set him on fire in the ship. But no, yeah, I don't got too much to say. I knew him for a little bit. We had a connection. He's a good man. If our friend here is telling the truth at all, and I can feel, for the most part he is. He's not completely gone. He's gonna be always with us in the ship, but we don't really need this shell. It's all synth bits anyway. Is there anything I can salvage out of this? Can I save? You want to
make
organs?
like a component?
Just a kidney, maybe, just to hold on.
Just a kidney,
just in case.
Like I have some real world experience with it. Let's do this.
Just something to hold on. But anyway, yeah. Grid, do you want to say anything? You want to say anything over this, Sam?
I didn't know him very well, but I liked what I knew. And is there anything on him I could just take? Just a little piece.
Sure. I mean, he has the nodes that were kind of on his skin. I mean,
I'll take a node.
L2, whatever you want to let him know.
I'm going to put it in one of my mini pockets.
And so as you guys are speaking these words to your lost friend, Vide, the ghost in the machine, feels acclimated. There's some kind of power with these words. So Vide, if you'd like to say anything, you are free to say anything. Otherwise, you can remain silent or signal like a ghost, like flash the lights, whatever you want to do. I'll give you a moment to...
There's a bit of a garble, like that weird audio channel, like microphone too close to the speaker kind of sound that goes through the PA system of the ship. And you don't hear anything specific or directed to you, but you hear very glitched and still trying to get the sound just right. Operational AI online.
All right.
Yeah. And with that, Novus might have something to say, but then we'll just we'll kick the body out.
Okay, yeah, you close him
You
into the
actually
airlock.
kick it?
Well, no, he's gonna put it into the airlock.
Okay.
So you guys move the body into the airlock.
Oh.
You
Okay.
close it, hit some buttons so it depressurizes. The airlock door on the other side opens up, and you just see sort of like Vide like start to tumble out, almost as if he has some kind of life within him. And at the back of the ship, you see the massive moon of Naro glowing white, with the iron ring spinning around it, or orbiting it. And you see just his silhouette, his black silhouette tumbling through space until it's completely gone, lost to that white, that brilliance. Oh man, stuff happened while we were doing stuff. We just had to say
Phoenix,
goodbye.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't want to stop in the middle of our funeral, but Phoenix raided us with a party of 49. Thank you so much for the fat raid. Yeah.
Thank you. What else did I miss? Anything else?
I think that's about it. We're playing Death.
Oh,
in
I got a
Space
Bane?
here. Oh, I got a bless as well.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I got a bless. You got a Bane. We got a raid.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the raid. We're playing Death in Space from the Stockholm Cartel guys. We, at the end of our last arc, L2's original character, Vide, died in combat. And now at the end, or close to the end of our first episode here, we have been able to synthesize him into the AI of our ship, and we're disposing of his synth body.
Okay. So again, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the Bane and the Bless. Much appreciated. Austin almost didn't make it earlier, so now he's got a little help for next time. So you guys take a moment looking through the small viewport, or the porthole essentially, out as Vide vanishes into the emptiness of space. And you close the airlock door. You guys are just mentally and physically exhausted. Regardless of how filthy the bunks are, they seem like exactly where you'd like to go next. So
Can
what would
the
you
ship,
guys like to do? What's
like,
up?
can it drive itself for a night?
Yeah, you can put it on autopilot, or you can just let it, just coast. You can adjust the thrusters if you want to just kind of stabilize it and it's just sitting there, floating. Because, I mean, presumably your only direction you were going was away from the Iron Ring, right? That's what you guys wanted to do? Get the hell out of there? Okay. So it's up to you. You can stop the ship and let it just sort of hover, float, or you can keep your trajectory wherever you were going away.
Okay. I'll keep it coasting away, just slower than normal, I guess.
Okay. So you guys all retreat to your rooms then?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the room closest to the airlock so that I can be the first to respond to bad stuff trying to come through.
And I'll take the one closest to the driver's seat.
Go.
Okay. So you guys all collapse onto these bunks. You don't even crawl under the sheets. We were gonna say something, Ryan?
One little thing I want to do before I go to bed is pull out my AR-shaped keytar,
Oh yeah.
and I just faintly, just real, not a whole lot, but just a little bit of a sad little ditty, just like one line of it. You know,
Okay.
and then prop it back up with my other guns and stuff.
You hear the faintest of howls coming from Callisto as that last note hovers. Okay, you guys all fall into a deep, deep, deep sleep. Deeper even than the blackness of space. And you do not have dreams. But, Ingrid, something is troubling your sleep. You begin to stir, you can't quite get comfortable. And in fact, it's Callisto. She's pacing in the bunk, back and forth. You can hear her nails clacking on the grated floor. And then she realizes you're awake and turns and looks at you and starts to whine very, very gently. And you begin to hear that static sound. Again, that mysterious sound. Maybe it's from the void itself. You don't quite know. But it just permeates the ship. Maybe it's now Vide speaking to you in his own ways, perhaps. You're not quite sure. The static begins to intensify. And you hear this beeping sound. And it appears to be coming from the bridge.
Okay. I'll get up and make my way to the bridge
Okay.
with Callisto.
So you walk into the corridor. Some of these sensor light comes on when they sense motion. They flicker on then flicker off as you make your way to the bridge. All the lighting in here is very, very dim. You put it on autopilot. Hina is over here asleep on this other chair. You can just see like sort of a rim light around her hair of the glow of the console. And speaking of the console, the main one in front of you right here glows brightly. And you close your eyes, the light is so, so bright. And you see text appear on the screen. It says incoming transmission. And then there's a button glowing on the touchscreen saying accept.
Oh. I hate telephone calls. I'm gonna press it.
Okay, this is what you hear.
Is anyone out there? Can you hear me? My name is Eiko. I've been kidnapped. Russell, please help.
And you can replay it if you'd like.
Yeah, I think.
Is anyone out there? Can you hear me? My name is Eiko. I've been kidnapped. Russell, please help. Is anyone out there? Can you hear me?
Okay, I'll stop that. So it's Eiko?
Echo, that's what you hear. It sounds like they're saying they're kidnapped. You caught the word grasshopper in there somewhere amid the static. And then help me. And immediately after you listen to this, you see coordinates pop up on your navigation system. To
Does it
where
say
this
anything else?
SOS signal is coming from.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't appear to be anywhere significant. But it also doesn't appear to be very far away.
All right.
You could
I'm
probably make it there in a few hours' time.
gonna beep boop to the coordinates. Reroute.
Okay. So you set the ship into motion. It hums to life with your delicate touch. A lot of lights start coming on, and the ship starts moving toward that coordinate.
I'm gonna make my way back and start waking Austin up
Okay.
and Novus.
So anyone who needs to heal, go ahead and heal. I believe it's 1d8 plus body. I think that's Austin's the only person, right?
No, I need to heal.
Oh, you
too.
need to heal too? Okay, all of you guys are roused from your sleep. Ingrid seems a little distracted, a little perturbed as she knocks on your doors, your bunk doors. I love that centering camera. I feel like Ryan's like popping and locking over there, dude. He's got this robotic dance maneuver. It's great.
I think it does that this way too at all. Maybe.
No?
There
Oh,
you go.
there you go.
There you go. I wonder if there is a healing on the character sheet, or if I just roll it.
There might be.
Oh, I made a little note here. This is just for me. Another reason that no one is gonna know besides me, that I picked that first room, because all those little punks left graffiti and stuff all over the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Someone had scrawled on the wall, it's a G chord, a C chord, and a D chord.
Is it like tab? Is it
It's like
three,
tab.
like tablet?
It's like tab, all scratched in. And then it just says like, these are 3 chords, start a band.
Nice. I like that.
And I just leaned my stuff against it, so I'm the only one that can really see. And it was another one of the reasons I kind of like pulled out the guitar a little bit last night.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Yeah, one thing I want to reiterate to everybody is this ship is your own. Like, Ducky kind of sketched up what he wanted it to look like. You guys are completely free to do stuff like that. Create your own narrative stuff. Again, as long as it fits within the confines of, or the constraints of, that we know that there was a bunch of punks who camped out here. I think somebody said there was like dead plants everywhere too. There was like 1 spider plant left. Is that right?
There
Something
was,
like
and
that?
I took that son of a bitch.
You took it.
And that's
Okay.
That's
I'll have
what's
to
in
add
front of
it.
the punk chords, so that it's my secret.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, no. When we went in, like I imagine there was like a bunch of plants, like maybe in the middle of the mess hall or something like that. But a bunch of them like have died out, because weren't the punks, like, if I remember correctly, weren't they some type of like environmental punks or something like that? Or like one of the features you get as like a punk is something to do with nature, or there's like a patch in here somewhere that says something about punks in nature.
So basically,
the
the only background that was given was, for as long as anyone can remember, the spacecraft has been docked to the Iron Ring and the home of an old group of punks who were recently forcibly removed. So yeah, whatever you guys want to add to that, it's totally up to you. But anyways, you guys wake up. Grid is pounding on your door to get you guys up. Something is afoot, apparently.
Wake up. Are you guys awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
I just got a message. Do you want to hear it?
All the way out here. Wow.
Someone's been kidnapped. They gave coordinates. We're headed that way.
We just started heading. We just started heading into the obvious trap. All right.
We did.
I mean, was there a price behind this saving?
I don't know.
You don't know.
She sounded scared.
But she didn't negotiate anything. There was no number.
She sounded scared. Look, I'm sorry, guys. It felt like the right move.
I mean, hey, listen, if someone needs help, fuck them. It's not our responsibility, but maybe they got money or something, and we can salvage something out there.
Do we have a way to get in there aggressively and get them out?
Have you seen me working? I'm just saying.
I'm seeing you, but you're.
Yeah.
What about the rest of us?
You know, I'm meaning to ask, what is the deal with those boots?
Whose boots? Oh, my boots.
Yeah. Didn't you say
Well-
like knee-high, like mahogany leather boots or something?
Yeah,
You got,
with like a nice navy blue. Like my coat and my boots don't match my like what my trade implies. So like I look like I'm wearing rich person's like space gear. You know, like it's a little out of place. Well, I did pretty good for myself on the Iron Ring until, well, all this happened. So it's a little scuffed, but it still looks nice. And these, and he reaches on the inside of the boat and just like presses down a little bit, and you just hear a zoom. And he's like, can't move them very well now in this, false gravity, but they're mag boots. And he taps the inside again, and they, they're back to normal.
Nice.
Pretty fancy. Function and style.
Cool. So did you guys all go to the bridge?
Oh,
Okay.
I thought we were in the hallway. So
Well, no, it's
because I'm like, because if she's going to wake people up,
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I'm by the. This is where I want to be sure, like this is where the engines are, right? Like by this corridor here.
yeah. The engine room is off to the west. Yeah.
All right, so I was probably like on the threshold here, like half hooked in here and there throughout the night. So, I'll probably follow up to wherever Ingrid is afterwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys.
I was
go
pretty
up there.
hurt. I needed a bit more rest. I rolled a 1 on my healing.
Oh, and what's your body?
2 at least, thank goodness. So I'm still only at 5 out of 7. So I
Ooh.
could have used another hour or 2 there.
Wow, this game.
Yeah.
Brutal
Sorry.
healing.
Yeah.
Brutal
I
healing.
know, right? Well, I know I found that character creation thing that I meant too. Under the origins, there's a punk character you can be, and one of its 2 features. The one is a green thumb. You know everything about plants and what to use them for. You start with a pocket greenhouse and some random seeds. So I just assumed that maybe these punks had like a green thumb. They had filled the place with different plants and stuff, but most of them are dead now or something.
Cool. Okay. So I guess you guys make your way to the bridge, and indeed you see that the console is brightly lit. Everything is in full function, and you can see your ship on this readout heading toward this navigation dot on this map. So do you guys want to just let time pass, or is there any other decisions you want to make?
I assume I'll play it for them, and then I'll bring up the fact that it said grasshopper. And have you guys ever heard of grasshopper?
I even know what a grasshopper is. Is that like a ship or something?
I've got no clue. You new guy?
I don't know, but and I'm guessing you've already replayed this audio, right, for us?
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, you've heard it. Yeah.
Maybe there's a way for me to clear it up a little bit. It's not my exact expertise, but there might be some basic framework in the console that'll let me try to clean up the audio a little bit, get a little more info, if that's possible.
You're welcome to try.
All right. I go to the main display that I helped brighten up earlier. I tap a few things to move the tabs over to where the transmission and communication is. I look at the screen for a minute. I look underneath the console a bit. I smack it a few times in a certain spot. I look at the screen, and I go back to the display.
Okay.
You need me to roll something?
No.
No? Okay.
No. So
Yeah, I'm gonna try and clean up the bits that need cleaning up that aren't
Okay.
there, and
So-
see what comes up.
Yeah, it's really difficult to reveal any kind of language between most of the static chunks. It's almost like it's just been completely destroyed. But you do catch one bit, and in fact, it is the ship is Grasshopper.
Okay.
So the ship is those 3 words you get out of the static. Everything else, however, is lost. So the name was Aiko that you heard.
Okay.
This person has been kidnapped, allegedly. They need help, and they mention the ship is the Grasshopper.
Seems like we're heading towards the ship then. Well, I don't know if we're equipped for ship-to-ship scuffle, but it's not the first time I've been part of something a little bit covert. Just not violent like this.
Well, I mean, Grid, you're the pilot, so we're going where you lead. Novus, you got anything to add?
I like grasshoppers. Let's go. All right, so are you guys just continuing on toward the distress signal?
Towards the trap? Yeah.
The trap?
So,
Okay, so let me reveal something else to you guys. So after a few more hours, let me give you your can you guys see that? Do you guys see anything? Are you in the scene?
We see.
Oh yeah, I see the
Okay.
ship. I see the little person floating, and then the
Okay.
3 of us are on here.
So, you guys finally, after hours and hours and hours of travel, you see this derelict ship just floating there. There is a breach in the side of it, though, with debris just floating out there in space. But more interestingly, there's a person, looks like an EVA suit, just drifting out, frozen in time, almost as if it's been ejected by the breach in the hull of the ship. And you see these emergency lights slowly pulsing here and there on the outside of the ship. But other than that, you do not see any kind of life whatsoever.
What next, Miss Right Thing to Do?
Can we head towards the person?
Yeah, you can maneuver the ship over there.
Okay, I'd like to get a closer look if I could.
Yeah, so you maneuver the ship over in that direction, and indeed it is an EVA suit. It looks just floating there. Presumably the person is dead. You can't get a good idea from where you are. Because you guys are viewing all of this through your scans, through the big window in the front, right? No? Okay. And like I said, you get a closer look at this breach. So the side of the ship has completely been blown out. And like I said, there's debris just floating around. You can't quite see inside. You see more lights glowing in the dimness of the where the breach is. But you can't quite make out anything inside of what that location might be.
So it looks like it's not functional anymore.
Yeah, so you run through some scans on the ship. You scan the location. There's no heat sources that you can detect whatsoever. But you do see these emergency lights. So no life, no heat that you can tell. But something clearly happened here.
It looks like we're not going to have to do ship-on-ship battle.
And just so you know, if you would like to board this ship, you can connect to its airlock if you'd like.
I
So-
am.
Base stack.
Yeah.
I
This
think
is a
we might
little-
be able to connect to the airlock.
That's perfect. This is a little more My style.
We might be able to scavenge for some parts too while we're at it.
Indeed.
Okay, so you guys are just kind of drifting around this derelict craft, almost caught and frozen in time with the exception of these emergency lights that are slowly pulsing. What do you want to do?
Austin, are you on board?
Yeah, I'll say you are the pilot. I am a gun.
All right. Novus?
I love grasshoppers. Let's do it.
I mean, even though I don't think we're gonna run into anybody, I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt for all of us to be armed with a little something.
I got a gun.
May I grab something from wherever you put the rest of them?
You guys have a lot of guns, actually, right? You guys went from hardly any guns to like an arsenal.
Yeah.
I personally, on my person, have 3
Personally on your
pistols and a raid
person?
rifle. Yeah. I have 3 pistols and a raid rifle.
There's a bunch of shotguns too.
Yeah, I got a shotgun and a pistol.
Yeah, I just got Vide's knife right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the pistol that only has 4 ammo and 2 out of 3 conditions on it.
Yeah, whatever you want.
And I'm just gonna say we'll start with this for now. You've done some decent work, but it is space. This is the Iron Ring, and plenty of people play the long game, if you know what I'm saying.
I absolutely do.
And I take the gun with a smile. Right.
Let's see.
So yeah, so you just have a pistol. It has 4 rounds of ammo and 2 out of 3 conditions on it, and I'll get rid of this.
4 and 2 out of 3. Okay.
And how many shotguns were? I know that Novus has a shotgun.
Have a shotgun.
And you have a shotgun? How many other? Was it just the 2 guys with shotguns?
Well, there was 2 guys with shotguns. Yeah, the 2 guys you killed.
So
Yep.
those are the 2 shotguns. So I got 2 pistols. I got the raid rifle. You guys each have a shotgun. You have a pistol. Good. I think do we have another pistol floating around? Does Novus have another pistol?
He has
Novus
a
has
pistol.
shotgun, I
Yeah,
think.
he has a pistol and a shotgun.
Pistol, shotgun. Yeah, we're. I mean, we're gonna run out of bullets.
You guys
but-
are armed. Yeah, you guys are armed.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so are you guys going to attempt to get to this airlock?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to dock.
Okay. So I don't know if you've ever done this, but it does not require a roll. So you slowly make your way. Maneuvering, taking your time. There doesn't seem to be any rush. You don't notice anything else happening as you approach this thing, get closer and closer and closer. And then the entire ship shakes as you make contact with the airlock. And you see on the readout in front of you that everything looks good. You're able to board if you wish.
Well, that's that. We're ready to board.
Are we all going on, or Grid? Are you gonna stay with the ship, or what's the plan?
Do we know that it's still enclosed? It seems like there might be, there might not be, air on the ship.
So when you guys scanned it, it did seem as if that was a contained area.
Okay.
So during the scan, there was no life detected that you could see, but there was emergency life support.
Well, I'll still put on the Eva suit just in case.
Okay. Remember, you can only carry 3 things while you're wearing that.
I will not wear the Eva suit. Wait, do I need more than 3 things? I can
Well,
leave
remember your
everything
rifle
behind.
is 3 things. So,
Fuck, the rifle is 3 whole things.
but that's all
I
you
shouldn't
need,
have
right?
said that. Well, I only got 6 shots left on a raid rifle. I gotta preserve. So I won't then. No. Does anybody else? Do any of you guys want to wear the Eva suit just in case we get blasted into space?
Mm,
All right. Well,
I wouldn't mind. I mean,
You want to take off that pretty coat and those nice fancy boots for the Eva suit?
oh, I mean, these are tailored to me. They'll fit under the suit. Do they work? Do mag boots fit on top of Eva suits, or fit with?
Yeah, why not? We'll say that
Okay.
you can wear your knee highs.
It's
Why-
like the big tubey pants.
Why,
Like,
why not? Why not?
And
I'm not
you
gonna-
got
I'm not
these,
gonna-
like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin that image. I want that image in my head.
yeah, he's got these
So,
like
yeah,
knee-high, like brown leather Gucci boots
Yeah.
on, with,
Yeah.
like definitely
Wearing a
got
space
a nice
suit.
chunky heel.
Yeah.
So I imagine, and tell me if I'm wrong, I imagine the Eva suit as like almost like a skin tight just suit with a helmet.
Yeah. This
And
is
I
the
imagine
light
the
one.
heavy Eva suit.
Correct.
Yeah, I imagine the heavy Eva suit is actually almost like a freaking astronaut, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So it's like
Oh.
spandex.
Okay, so then yeah, I'll slip them on top instead of underneath. Yeah, and they are able to work out. They're a little bit of a tight fit, but they go over.
Okay. All right, you guys don what you're going to don, and you step up to the airlock. It opens, closes behind you. Step inside. Hesitantly press the other button. With a little judder, very reminiscent of how it was on RM80, but it still opens completely. And you guys, let me activate this.
And how many slots do we have with an Eva suit again?
Trace.
3, yeah. So you
Okay.
guys, this door slides open, and ahead of you is a small room, part of the airlock it looks to be. There's crates strewn about, and there's just this dim pulsing light, a single light on the ceiling. All is quiet, and that is where we're going to end it tonight, everybody. As the crew boards the Grasshopper, seeking out this distress signal. Hoping it's not a trap. So hopefully we'll have Novus next time in the flesh. So he can sprinkle his drug dust again like he did last time. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you McGlintlock for the amazing system. Ryan was, speaking its praises. It's quite cool. So go check it out. Go check him out at glumdark.com for all of your roll table needs. Thank you to the Death in Space guys, the community, super helpful everybody, and Helium Kid Cannon and Solar Fields for what you're listening to right now, everybody. So go check it out. You can stream it free anywhere, any streaming system. So that is it. We will be back next week, same time, Thursday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, to venture on to this derelict ship and see what is going on here. And then you can talk about Weekly Scroll if you want to remind people for Saturday.
Yeah, Jason and I are going to be going over Babes in the Wood from Adam Bass at World Champ Game Company on Saturday. It's a great game. It was nominated for an INI this year for Best Family Game. The INI voting goes all the way until Sunday. So make sure you go do your votes and vote for Adam and Babes in the Wood for Best Family Product. And a lot of stuff in there from Stockholm Cartel and awesome stuff that we've kind of shown here on the stream as well. So check all that stuff out. And then again on Sunday afternoon, Hunter and I will be interviewing Kevin Rockman Daughtry, who did the Forbidden Psalm Merkborg minigame about their kill sample process, the Cyborg expansion to Forbidden Psalm. So that is the plan for the Weekly Scroll for the weekend.
Cool. All right. Looking forward to it. All right. Well, thank you everybody for the raid. Thank you for the support as always. And we will see you next week. Just hang out a bit. We're going to go to a thank you screen and then I guess raid into somebody. So
Yeah, I'm looking for somebody right now.
See you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.
A thinking machine has been man's dream, also his nightmare. I am born with certain rules built into me. But I think I can think. That is, I say I can think. Therefore, I shouldn't be too upset when a machine thinks just because it has rules built into it by man.